7:45 now. Well, prices for homes and for renters are both on the rise. Here in New Orleans, rent rose 2.2% in just 1 month. Real estate expert Kelli Guidry joining us now to explain kind of what's behind that increase. Good morning, Kelli. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And so let's just get right into it. We know home prices are on the rise. Renters may be feeling that pinch in their pocketbooks as well. What is something that maybe they should possibly be looking at if they feel like they might be ready to buy a home?
So we're seeing price increases across the board, be it at the supermarkets, the gas pumps, and in our utility bills. And housing is no different. So what's happened recently is that we've had a lack of inventory in the market with a high demand of buyers. So it's creating these bidding wars, and it's driving prices up, and it's forcing buyers with lack of resources to truly compete in these bidding wars for them to stay renting longer than what they anticipated.
And I mean, as the rent starts to rise, you know, a lot of renters rent for different reasons, but a lot of it may be like, I don't think I'm ready to buy a home yet, because it seems like such a scary proposition. But as we see rent continuing to rise, what are something that maybe people don't understand or maybe haven't considered that could be beneficial in buying a home?
So really, one thing to consider is the average monthly rent in New Orleans is about $1,850 a month versus the monthly mortgage payment is less than $1,300 a month.
Wow.
So there's a significant difference there, right? Mm-hmm. And then whenever you take into consideration that monthly mortgage payment is a fixed rate versus rate increases, be it interest rates or inflation, can affect what that rental price is, and a renter has no control over that. And I think another part that's probably important to the conversation and for consideration is building net worth. Mm-hmm. So a net worth, the average net worth of a homeowner is $300,000 versus $8,000 that of a renter.
Got it. And I mean, so it's an investment. It's something that you own, and therefore, you build equity, that kind of thing. But if renters, do decide to buy, how does that change the housing market going forward? And maybe using a city like New Orleans as an example.
So renters are rent and home prices are not going to decrease anytime soon, and neither are interest rates. So if renters are sitting there trying to consider whether or not now is the time to buy, or maybe even thinking that we're in a housing bubble, because 3 out of 4 consumers do believe that we are in a housing bubble. But when we look to the data from 2007 to 2010, the months of inventory that we had on market at that time ranged anywhere from 7 to 9 months of inventory. Whereas if we stop and look at the past 4 years, our months of inventory has been anywhere between 1 and 3 months. Here in our local market, just last year, we were at 1.9 months of inventory. Here to date, we're at 1.1 months of inventory. So we are consistently seeing the months of inventory shorten, days on market shorten, and the price increase. So it is absolutely imperative that if a buyer wants to consider buying a home and look at those options, for them to partner with a market industry expert to find those hidden gems and really position themselves to compete in these bidding wars.
Absolutely. It's just about, obviously taking your time and making that step-by-step process. But it's definitely worth looking into if you feel like you're ready for it. Kelli Guidry, we appreciate you joining us, all those expert tips for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Have a good day.